According to Statistics Canada, electricity prices in Ontario jumped nearly 16% over the past year. And residents in rural Ontario say they're being hardest hit. Newswatch's Greg Davis was in Bancroft earlier this week talking to residents who say they've reached a breaking point with soaring hydro costs.
Half the time you have to decide between heating your house or feeding the kids.
Matt Jessup's hydro bills this past winter were nearly $600 a month, and the father of two couldn't keep up. Hydro One installed a load limiter, but Jessup said it only made matters worse.
Couldn't run the stove, it wouldn't even run a microwave. And they expected us to be able to live a normal life with that until everything was paid up.
The time to act is right now.
Jessup's struggles echoed those of many other North Hastings residents who spoke at a forum organized by Bill Kilpatrick. The Bancroft Town Councillor says rural Ontario has been hardest hit by increases to the cost of electricity.
But when you have to go between basic necessities and choose between basic necessities and hydro, that to me is a crisis.
The average Bancroft household income is $42,000. Residents say their hydro bills are at least several $100s during summer months and double during the winter. That's often more than a mortgage payment, and half the costs are delivery fees.
It's really emotional because I see you guys all here and I know everybody's struggling.
Among those impacted, social worker Marcia DePautier. $500 monthly hydro bills forced her to sell her home and downsize.
3 months ago I got, the end of the 12-month equal billing and I still owed $798. So again, being a woman who's a social worker, over half my paycheck is going to hydro. So thank you. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, Ontario Hydro. I'm broke.
The Ontario Energy Board says last year 60,000 customers had their hydro disconnected for non-payment. Nearly 9,800 were Hydro One customers. This spring, Ian Seaborn, a father of two, was added to the list.
So I had to turn to family for support and get a generator to be able to heat my house.
Reconnecting costs $600, but even after ditching electronics such as televisions, eliminating peak hour electricity use, and going on equal billing, it's still a financial cycle Seaborn can't endure.
Right now we're looking at having to maybe move in with parents or something like that so that we can afford to live. It's just not right.
Kilpatrick says those on fixed or low incomes are being the hardest hit, including residents in social housing complexes along Woodville Lane. Jessup says he and his neighbors suffer in silence.
And I'd sooner feed my kids than anything, and then you end up behind on your hydro bill, and it's a never-ending battle to get ahead on it.
Greg Davis, Checks Newswatch, Bancroft.